Sorry about that. Yes, always jump in if I'm talking and I'm showing something that is not seen. Break in, and those kind of times you are so allowed to interrupt me. That's for sure. Okay, back to Jack in the Box. Sarah, she put her picture of this crazy guy in there. She says, "I'm going to be making him." She starts producing. She talks about her code, and she has her final product. Now I'm going to go down to her final product because I think I have it uploaded. I thought if she showed it to me early on and there were no fries, and I was thinking, man, is she going to put fries in there? She did. She got a smile on her face. She got that crazy hat. She even used the text feature that is in OpenSCAD, so that was nice. And her sriracha bottle, I knew it was sriracha from the beginning. Everybody knows that's sriracha, right? Okay, back to one other plan I want to show you. This plan, obviously, it was probably after the fact, but that's okay. It's just a good example of what, a good plan will be. Title of it. She has a little description about what her plan and her idea of having like a spooky thing because it's October. So, and then later on, she outlines her code and talks about, what it's going to look like. And then she breaks it up. It's a really good job. She shows how she was working on it and how she was getting some feedback from others. High quality, really high quality. Okay, now let's go into a few of the other the projects themselves. This television was impressive, retro television. I had televisions like that when I was a kid. Turn the dial, see what's on. You got like 10 different options or less. All right, there you go. Good one. It's got the black. I really like the inset screen. It kind of has a crazy look with the. I don't know how she got that color going, but notice how she annotated it with her comments with the double slash, and that was really nice. So I know what's going on there. Okay, let's go. We saw Jack in the Box, and this robot was nice. When I was a kid, we had Lost in Space, so it made me think of Lost in Space. Nice deal. He colored things, he moved things around, he used facets appropriately to make it look more like a robot. He gives some annotation in the code. Nice work, Connor. And let's see. This one is. She's going to be able to sell this one. All right, this is Elizabeth's. She's going to be able to sell this lizard somewhere. She got a chunk of code off the internet to produce a feature, and so she got someone that produced this feature. That's okay. Now I don't want you going off and taking code and just completely appropriating and say, oh, this is mine. But in this case, what she did was she used something really interesting that is open source, online, able to be used, and she brought it into her own project to make it her special project. So that's totally good. Now, I want to see people using code. I actually use code that way all the time. I go on the internet, people are helping each other out. You grab a little snippet of code, you bring it in, you make it your own. Now, if it's proprietary code, if someone owns it and says you can't do that, then you can't take other people's code that way. And of course, you can't take a whole project and sell it as your work. Okay, so good work. Looks great. You can be a new. This could be a new toy line feature. I look to seeing what the other characters look like in this line of toys for young kids. All right. One that was interesting. It's an interesting mathematical building, and I think you can see what's cool about it if you analyze the shapes. Do you all see what's going on there? Yeah, so she had the polygons were 3 and then 4 and then 6 and then 12 and then she went to 10 on this one. So she built this using mathematics, and I really like that. The other thing she could have done is, and I'm going to show you someone who used a for statement. For statements are loops. So instead of creating a variable for each of these, she could have said, +1 or +2 or ×2 or round it with the square root of, or round it and squared or something like that to create those different shapes. So, and that's kind of thing that I do. I actually produce art using math, and I do that kind of thing all the time. So I really appreciated this. Nice birthday cake, or a super fancy, colorful wedding cake, I suppose. If you watch the Great British Baking Show, has anybody watched that? Raise your hand. It was one of our family's favorite things to watch. This would be a total winner. A total winner. Okay, let's see. Let's show you this lady. Oh my goodness. Is this amazing or what? It's absolutely beautiful. It's elegant. I could never have ever produced anything like this. And what I think is really ironic is one of the colors is called burly wood. Now this lady is anything but burly, I don't think. Misty Rose, I think, goes a little better with her look. But look at the different shapes that were used to produce this. This is Sophie's, and she annotated it. She helped us know what's going on and where those parts are. The dress is really nice. I mean, look at that. The skirt has three layers of misty cream, azure, Alice blue, and ghost white. Oh my goodness, spectacular. She's got 89 lines of code. Good work. Nice work. Let's see. Okay, so look out. This is only, let's see, if we subtract the first line of code, which is not even there, she's got 12 lines of code for this pencil. This is Mickey's pencil, and what I really like about it is the simplicity. And look at the pencil lead. I mean, it's just like someone sharpened it. It's really nice. And then she had the facets on purpose, to have it that pencil-like. It looks just like an orange-colored pencil. I want to talk about this in regards to code simplicity. Code simplicity, when you're doing programming, really making elegant code is about less is more. So anytime you can do for loops, anytime you can you can simplify your code and do things mathematically rather than just to have a whole bunch of lines cranking out your solution, is really the best. And early on in the age of programming, people would want to make their code elegant because their computers were slow, the processors were slow, and nowadays they're a lot faster. But still, for some of the things people do or want computers to do, you need to have elegant code. So this is an example of real short, elegant code. And here's another example of elegant code. This person, boy, I didn't write it down, made a loaf of bread, and they used cosine, sine, and for statements to be able to do that. So essentially, they went I is equal to 10 to 200, and they did it twice in order to crank out these shapes. And notice how they have the rounded feature. That's because they're using cosine, a trigonometric functions in order to get them the bread to have that beautiful curve. So yeah, I'd like to eat that if it was for real. Bread is delicious, so good work. And simple too. And look, they annotated it though. Wow, good work. Real simple. Now we're gonna go to the piece of code that kind of wins for the most lines. Now, we're not looking for most lines, but this Minecraft block, grass block, oh my goodness. And then look how many lines of code, 702 lines of code to get that. Wow, Calvin, good job. That's hard work. You spent quite a while renaming each of those colors so they would look like a Minecraft block. Good work. Again, he doesn't get elegance for code, but he gets hard work with pretty cool outcome. Pretty cool, like really cool. So another way he could have done this to make it more elegant is he could have randomized the color choices and then randomized the amount that this goes up or down and then produce, actually with 4 statements, could have produced, 1 through 10 here, and then 1 through 10 here, and it would have run through and randomized what was produced. That would just be an option, but it's fantastic. Okay, let's see, we're almost, I think we've covered all the ones that I have outlined here. Yeah, that's it. So fantastic work, everybody. For those who still have not, let me unshare. For those who have not turned this in yet, I know some people need a little more time. Feel free, you can turn it in until Friday, and we're going to close that off at this point. After, you can feel free to get help from your neighbors again, and I will still count credit for those who got help or helped each other. And so you can resubmit your, if you want. I knocked you guys down in the grade a little bit for those who didn't help anybody. So feel free to get some help and to help others. Lucy, can you turn off your video, please? Thank you. And the next week's project, we are going to be doing a spreadsheet project. We are going, and since this is earthquake month, I have a project for us to look underneath the earth, so we can get U.S. geologic data, and I'm going to show you how to snag it. You can get it from a server, and then what we're going to do is we're going to bring it into a spreadsheet. We're going to then make a graph. And what the graph will look like is we can actually look underneath the earth with that data set. We can actually see the structure of the earth based on where the earthquakes has happened. And it's really interesting in the Seattle area because you guys, even you don't really know it, but you get earthquakes there all the time. They're all small, they're all tiny. So, I mean, once in a while there's bigs, there's large ones. Before you guys were born, there was a pretty large one. But there's a lot of earthquakes in that area, and so you can see the structure. Now, you're going to be able to choose Seattle if you want to, or you can go across the world. You can choose data in the Galapagos Islands, or some of your favorite places that you might want to travel one day, or places you've been. You can do that as well. So that's going to be our project next week. I've given the high schoolers a little. They're a little ahead of you, so hopefully they can help you out too with using spreadsheets. But I know I've done it with 4th grade students before this project, and if they can pull it off, I know you can pull it off too. Just take some work. Okay, any questions? Looks like any questions about this project? Anything you wanted to note? Raise your hand. Lucia, would you like to say something?
Do you have to download the app?
No, it's going to be using Excel, and I think most, if not all of you, have access to Excel on your computers. If you don't, you can do it with Google Sheets. Colin.
Okay.
I didn't get to finish mine yet, but
Friday, you have till Friday.
oh.
Oh, if you are getting help from people and you want to get graded that way, you need to let me know, because at this point I've scanned all the chats, and I'm not going to scan them again for that. That was a one-time deal. Okay, if there's no more questions, I'm going to call this good. And I was super excited to see all your work, and I look forward for those who are still working on their projects to see what you have by Friday. Okay. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to be meeting with meeting with Halibut in about 5 minutes. So get ready, be prepared to share, and have a good day. Bye-bye. Feel free to say goodbye and sign off.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.